Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Marta Del Bianco. I'm a plant biologist from the research department at the Italian Space Agency, and today I'm going to talk to you about what mainly the human flight department has done in the past years in the medical field. The aims of space life science programs, not only in ASI but in general, are to develop our understanding of living systems in the universe, provide the scientific foundation and technological support system necessary to enable safe and successful human space activity, and last but not least, use the knowledge acquired in the pursuit of space human exploration to improve the quality of life on Earth. Naturally, research in space life sciences include both on-ground and on-flight investigation, and today I'm going to focus on a few experiments that ASI has promoted in the past few years that could be of interest for the audience of this workshop. Let's start with on-ground research, which lays the basis for payload development and on-flight tests. Today I'm going to focus on two ongoing projects, MARS-PRE and ReBUS. MARS-PRE, or BioMARkers for Precision Space Biomedicine, aims at monitoring responses to microgravity and hypogravity to identify early biomarkers of health alteration. The analyses that are being carried on to identify these biomarkers range in nature from biochemical, with the analysis of blood, urine and saliva, and tissue biopsies, imaging through echographies and MRI scans, and functional, like measuring contractile force, muscle and nervous system energy maps, and so on. Micro and hypogravity are being simulated by hind limb unloading in mice, as shown in the picture, and in humans, unilateral lower limb suspension, bed rest, and multisensorial virtual reality. The project called ReBUS, which stands for In-Situ Resource Bioutilization, is instead focused on the definition of the required parameters necessary to build a comprehensive bioregenerative life support system, or BLSS, in order to minimize the inputs and maximize the use of in-situ resources. Food production is naturally one of the outputs of a BLSS, together with oxygen. But since the resources for food production are very limited, scientists are trying to focus on highly nutritious plant-derived prebiotics, and will assess the effects of prebiotic consumption on psychophysiological performance in a mice model to clarify whether these prebiotics are a good choice. Moving on to on-flight experimentation. I'm going to talk about different payloads that ASI has supported and that were tested during recent ESA missions by these Italian astronauts. During the Futura mission, Samantha Cristoforetti wore Wearmon, a new cloth vest that monitors astronaut autonomic nervous control, heart electrical and mechanical activity, skin temperature, and breathing patterns during sleep. This vest was conceived as a device to monitor sleep without interfering with the sleep comfort of the guinea pig, of the individual under examination. During the Vita Mission, Paolo Nespoli tested a device developed by the University of Bologna called In-Situ. This payload is constituted by disposable cartridges for the collection of saliva samples and a fluorescence reader. Initially developed to only analyze cortisol levels, In-Situ is now being modified to detect other biomarkers for both immune system function and bone metabolism. During the Beyond mission, Luca Parmitano tested three biomedical payloads for ASI: NUTRIS, acoustic diagnostic, and amyloid aggregation. In NUTRIS, body mass and composition were monitored during the mission with the body mass measurement device and a bioimpedance analyzer, respectively, to ensure the maintenance of the energy balance during long-term spaceflight. In acoustic diagnostics, possible hearing damage was evaluated by comparing the results of several audiological tests performed on the astronauts before and after the mission, and by performing accurate autoacoustic emission tests on a monthly basis while on board of the ISS. The last payload focused on amyloid aggregation and the possibility that spaceflight could be associated with an increased predisposition to develop neurological diseases associated with protein aggregation, such as Alzheimer's disease. Results from the payloads from the Beyond mission are still being analyzed. To conclude, we can say that different programs ranging from Earth observation, telecommunication, human and environmental health apply to space life sciences, and are currently the focus of great efforts both in the public and the private sector in Italy. The recent change in the national space strategy gives preliminary indication that an effort to combine and coordinate all these different programs in a multidisciplinary approach to identify possible solutions to health-related global challenges will be implemented. Thank you very much for your attention and goodbye.